Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Eagle Talks Football. We're back again with another Arsenal transfer video. And once again, I'm in my car. We're ready to go. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is episode 3 of the Arsenal transfer daily news. And we got to talk about Matheus Cunha. We got to talk about Arsenal and the man himself, Kieran Tierney, potentially leaving. We could be also seeing Kiwior leaving. There is some things that we need to discuss. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And let's get the show started the right way, ladies and gentlemen. So first things first, if you guys don't know, Matheus Cunha has been heavily linked to Arsenal as of late. And just yesterday, Team News Ticks was giving us some hints that Arsenal are going to make some moves. Arsenal are getting ready to sign some players. Personal terms are going to be agreed, blah, 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 blah. But it turns out that he didn't give us a name for that player, and he was very vague in his post. So nobody's really taking Team News Ticks' post for anything. But it turns out the player that he was speaking about is Matheus Cunha from Wolves. Now, if you guys don't know, Matheus Cunha has been having himself one hell of a season so far. Even though Wolves are in a relegation battle, he has been one of their shining lights. And this is a player who's slightly versatile. He can play across the front three, similar to a Jesus, similar to a Leandro Trossard. And I would put him in the similar bracket of player personally. I don't think he's on the level of Alexander Isak, Victor Gyökeres, and any of those guys. And I don't put him on the same level as Omar Marmoush or somebody who I think is going to come into this team and go to the next level and potentially be a star. I think Matheus Cunha is a good player. He's not a superstar or a level raiser, to say the least. But in January, I don't think you can find too many level raisers in January. I don't know if you can find too many players that are going to transform your club in January. At this moment in time, we are looking around and we're trying to just see what we can do to bolster the attack, what we can do to get ourselves from where we are to just a little bit more competitive, to try to see if we can go on to push on in all 4 competitions. We're still in the FA Cup, League Cup, Champions League, and we can still win the Premier League. So, of course, you're going to want to do that. Reportedly, Arsenal are speaking to Matheus Cunha, and we have spoken to the player, and Wolves are very reluctant to let the player leave. So it's going to be in the region of potentially 55 million, 60 million. That's what they're saying the transfer fee will be. So you guys let me know. Would you take Matheus Cunha at Arsenal? Would you guys say, you know what, he's a good player, but let's not go for him? Personally, I would go for him, but only in the case that it does not negatively impact our our summer transfer window, and potentially going for the likes of Isak or somebody big in that attacking position. We still need to go big in the summer. Also, if we can go and bring in Cunha, potentially go get Arda Güler on loan, who we spoke about yesterday, that could be 2 decent transfers in this window. So we have to wait and see what we do. But at this moment in time, it does look like Arsenal are heavily looking at potential transfer incomings, and Matheus Cunha is one of them. So yeah, once again, guys, let me know what you guys think about Matheus Cunha. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down for you guys in the comment section? And leave a comment down below. Let me know right now. Next, Kieran Tierney. I knew this day was going to come. Kieran Tierney, it's been a good ride. It's been a good ride, Kieran Tierney. There's been some ups, there's been some downs, there's been some injuries, there's been some disappointing moments, there's been some good moments. First thing that comes to mind for me when I think about good moments for Kieran Tierney is his performance versus West Bromwich Albion away from home, where in the snow, that was a beautiful game from him. But yeah, he looks like he's going to be headed back to Scotland. Celtic want Kieran Tierney back. Celtic have been having discussions with Arsenal. Celtic look like they can get their man. And if this happens, hopefully we get a reasonable transfer fee. Hopefully we can get a transfer fee and it's not just a loan. But regardless, Arsenal want to get Kieran Tierney's wages off the books. Arsenal want to get Kieran Tierney out of the club. Arsenal have moved past Kieran Tierney. We have so many other players who can play in that left-back position with Tomiyasu whenever he's fit, Zinchenko whenever he's available, Miles Lewis-Skelly currently, Calafiori, who recently signed there, and of course Timber. So just so many players who can play in that position. Not necessary to have Kieran Tierney anymore. Love the guy, but It's time for him to move on and for him to go back to his boyhood club where he has said he's been homesick in the past. I think it's a perfect place for him to end up. So I am very happy that he could potentially be headed home to Celtic. Now, next, Kiwior. Would you guys sell Kiwior in January? Personally, I don't think Kiwior is up to the standard that Arsenal need. Now, if we can get a reasonable transfer fee, I will take the transfer fee in January. But we need to make sure we have adequate cover in the defense. With Ben White injured, some of the players in the back line being injury prone, we don't want to find ourselves in a situation where we're one injury away from playing heaven, a youngster, in the defense. You don't really want that. And Kiwior, as much as Kiwior has had his mistakes, he's had his good performances versus the likes of Manchester United and others. So I'll give him a little bit of a break. I think if we're going to move on Kiwior, we try to move him on in the summer where we have the adequate time to get a defensive replacement if need be. But yeah, that is another conversation for another day, I guess. In the midfield, I don't think we're going to sign anybody of note in any other position bar the attack this window. Let's keep it 100. How many players are we going to sign in January? January is a tough window to make signings. January is a tough time to do a lot of business. But if we are serious, we go out there and we potentially go and not only make one signing, but two. The players that we're currently looking at, Brian Mbuemo, Matheus Cunha, Nico Williams, Leroy Sané, they're mostly wingers. And a little bit, they can have the versatility to play in the striker position. I've not heard too many midfield signings being linked to us this window. So there is one, though. He's a youngster. Jude Bellingham's brother has been linked to Arsenal and reportedly could be joining Arsenal from Sunderland. Now, I don't know enough about the kid, but I'll tell you this. From what I'm seeing, he looks like he could be our version of Morgan Rogers is for Aston Villa, an exciting midfielder who can pop up for a goal at any moment and he can drive the team forward from that position. But we also do have guys like Ethan who's breaking through and other guys. He's another one of those, basically. Do we want to be making potential prospect signings right now when we want to get over the line? You can argue no. But at the same time, if it's a reasonable fee and it's not going to negatively impact our summer or upcoming January, why not add him to the bill? Add him to the bill only if you deem this player good enough to actually make a difference in the short term also. Because I'm not just looking at long-term signings. We need players who are going to make a difference. So if this Bellingham kid is as good as his brother potentially, you go and bring him in. But if you don't deem this guy good enough, why are we even looking at the Bellingham kid? Why? But yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. There's not too much more. We have spoken already about some of the other topics that we spoke about on the previous videos. But today's video is mostly about Matheus Cunha. And let me know what you guys think of Matheus Cunha. Let me know what you guys think about all the other stuff that we spoke about also. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Love for the love, people. You already know what it is. Eagle Talks Football. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I'll try to get to all your comments in the comment section. Peace.